Well, it's fantastic to be back with Raimund, the chief pilot for the fixed-wing aircraft of the Flying Bulls, here now with the magnificent P-38 Lightnin.
It's a stunning airplane. It was white Lightnin, lots of racing over in the US, and we are very proud to have restored it, having that white markings. It's a new character for a wonderful airplane.
So, in terms of flying this aircraft, how different is it from all the other warbirds?
Honestly, it's a very easy to fly aircraft because of two counter-rotating props. So normally, if you don't have any problems on the one engine, it's very symmetrical, so you don't have to work against the prop wash. It's almost flying like a fighter, so it's very, very nice aircraft to fly.
And we've seen a lot of splendid warbird formations here this weekend, but the show you guys put on is very different with three very individual types. What are the sort of challenges of leading a formation with each of the three, with the Lightnin, the Corsair and the Musk?
I think the most important is that you have to know the other airplane, especially if you're flying as a leader. I have the privilege to having flown quite a lot on the Corsair and even on the P-51 Mustang, so I know a little bit about the character of the airplane. Therefore you have, because the P-38 is quite strong and it's as well faster than the Corsair and even faster than the Mustang. So you have to reduce the throttle. Over here you can see the voice cooler. It looks more than the first versions of the P-38, because the later ones have that
much larger.
Yeah, that's much more streamlined. They modified this airplane in 1947 when it was used for racing, and we decided to keep it like this because most of the history of this airplane was racing. And I think it's the only P-38 which is doing a kind of serious aerobatics, and therefore we wanted to keep it like this for the aerodynamics, and therefore it's very, very fast airplane. They wanted to have this cool streaming air until about this point to put it as far back as possible. The Lightning was by far the fastest airplane when it was constructed. It was 50 knots faster than any other airplane. When they flew it first in 1939. At that time they had quite a couple of crashes, which they didn't know why it happened. Later on they found out on high speed wind tunnel testing that especially when they dived in, they exceeded the V&E more than 20 knots. The problem was the rudder got no longer effective. Therefore, they just crashed into the ground. Later on, they modified the P-38 with a kind of air brakes, which this one doesn't have because it would be put in more weight, and also the streamline would be disturbed. And therefore, we put it out. But anyway, if you're flying below 10,000 feet, normally you're doing air shows. Anyway, you're staying at the lower altitudes, and therefore you're not exceeding V&E normally.
And what was the inspiration for the magnificent polished magma steel in the trailplane?
I think we just wanted to keep it a little bit like the earlier versions, and the prototypes were just looking like this. P-38 was constructed by Kelly Johnson. He was an aerodynamic genius. And I think the P-38 was one of his first construction. He built the Starfighter, SR-71, amazing engine.
How long has this aircraft been in the care of the Flying Bulls?
I think it got restored in 2012 or 13.
It's fantastic to see the aircraft resurrected in this way.
Yeah.
And the reaction from the crowd yesterday was really outstanding. That was quite a performance, and we look forward to seeing that three-ship again this afternoon.
Really appreciate this. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Raimund.
Thank you very much.